take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. It's time!
Welcome back to another episode of the Church of MMA podcast. I am Tabor Craig, and
my name is Mason Knight, and today this is episode 19. We are recapping UFC Fight Night 171, Tabor.
Yeah.
And the second part of it, we're also going to do a preview show.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the next card coming up this Saturday. So
3 fights in 1 week.
Pretty incredible, and something we've never seen before. I almost feel like I'm watching a week of football. You know what I mean? Where it's like the Thursday night game, you get the Saturday, and it's just, or in the Sunday, it's just great. Sunday and Monday, so...
Yeah, hopefully that keeps going on. I saw some rumors where Dana was saying where he didn't really know if the 23rd was going to go down. He's trying to get it in Vegas, apparently. So that's the Tyron Woodley-Gilbert Burns fight.
Yes.
So he doesn't know if that's going to go down on the 23rd or the 30th. He's really trying to get it in Vegas at the Apex Center. Apparently Vegas might be opening up soon. They're saying they might even open up some casinos.
Wow.
Yeah. No hotels, but casinos.
I got to be honest with you. I've been Googling it because, you get a little stir crazy being at home for so long. And I was Googling it, seeing just out of curiosity when Vegas might open up. And some of the MGM casinos might open up first.
Yeah.
Is what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're not going to open it all up at once, but they're going to start with a few casinos and then have the employees wear masks and be tested or whatever. Or not tested, but go through like a protocol, like take their temperature or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the public's just supposed to
Yeah, well, Las Vegas needs to get back to work, man. I mean, think about
all
the
billions of
people.
dollars. And you're talking billions.
Billions of dollars being gone, but it's just how many people live in Las Vegas and just that's their job. They work in those casinos. They employ so many fucking people, probably at least 1 million, maybe more. Shit, like there's got to be so many people employed there.
I mean, think about how many people are employed in L.A. County.
Yeah.
And they're saying July.
Oh, fuck. Fuck that. Dude,
that's insane.
I'm so happy.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, well, I'm happy at least in Washington, like me personally. Like I work in the construction business. Construction's open right now.
Right.
But if my fucking family business was a restaurant or some shit, like, dude, we'd be
scary,
fucked.
scary times,
dude,
for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But you know what? A thing that did kind of ground us in a little bit of reality was some fights on Wednesdays.
Yes, it was.
And it was gave us a little bit of a distraction of the real world. Aliens are fucking real apparently. And
God knows
there's
what
murder
else.
Hornets,
murder hornets here in the state.
So
as if
stupid.
2020 wasn't shitty enough. I got to bring this up. It was real funny. Me and my girlfriend were driving down the road, and the event center in Richfield, right?
Yeah.
And it said, "Here's to 2021," or "Let's look forward." No, it said, "Let's look forward to 2021."
Oh no.
Because everything's shit canned in 2020. No one's doing anything, man. No. I mean, the Planners Day Festival got canceled. The fairs got canceled in August. Like, everything's getting canceled. We're not going to have any music. And I was so looking forward to, seeing Def Leppard and stuff this year.
Yeah.
At the amphitheater. Awesome. Yeah. But everything's done. So.
Yep. There's nothing. Like, even our party we were going to have. Mm. Like, our graduation parties, we can't even have that anymore. Yeah. Like, we fucking hired a band and all this shit, and it's like, we're out a lot of money now. Yeah. Like, it just sucks.
It's crazy.
It just sucks. I want things to open up as soon as possible. If you guys want to stay inside, stay inside. That's your choice as, adults and Americans. Yeah. So we'll see. But back to the fights. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I did not watch any prelims. I tried to. I really tried to. I was all jacked up. I was like, I'm gonna watch every fucking fight. But my goddamn internet, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
So bad.
Not only that, not just the internet, but also the ESPN app.
Oh, it's awful.
Every time I'm on it, dude, I have 500 megabytes per second here, top of the line internet. Mm-hmm. In the app, every time it goes from blurry to back, and I'm like, I don't understand. I'll pull up my phone and I'll get 420 on my phone doing a test, to make sure my internet's fine. It's perfectly okay. It's the app. It's the app that just, there's something wonky with it that makes it go out.
Yeah.
As if like too many people are using the interface or something. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But man, so I know what you're going through too, because it sucks.
Well, Netflix works. My internet's trash. Like, I barely get 1 megabit per second. Like, I'm not even joking. Barely get 1 megabit. But Netflix works.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Hire the same people, ESPN. Come on. Get your shit together. Either way. Either way, I did get to watch the main fight.
Right.
Thank goodness. I got to watch the main event. I got to watch the main card. And one fight I was really looking forward to was the one that got canceled.
That was actually what I was literally about to say. I was so looking forward to that fight. And then as I was like, where is this fight? Like three fights in. I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be the first fight on the main card.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't happening. So I looked it up and I guess it got canceled.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that pissed me off, dude.
Crazy. Well, they made weight. They faced down and everything, but apparently the day of the fight, a few hours before, Carl Robertson came down with some sort of illness or felt real sick and pulled out. Marvin freaked out. He had an absolute, apparently they ran into each other in the hotel.
Wild.
Yeah. So Marvin had an absolute meltdown. We were thinking about playing it, but we're not going to play it. It's just,
okay, yeah. Because it is just a lot of shouting. You don't know what he's saying. He's basically calling him a bitch, saying he's scared to fight him.
A lot of F words.
But he kind of lost his mind in that hotel lobby.
Yeah, he was freaking out. And then Carl Robertson was trying to fight him back, and it's like, dude, you had the opportunity
to fight him in a cage,
but
to
make money too. And that's why Marvin's so mad, man. He said he was prepared 5 months for that fight.
Well, and think about it, he's not getting paid now.
Mm-hmm.
He did all that training, he flew everyone out there,
paid all those people,
all that time gone.
Money
he doesn't
gone.
get a single penny.
Yeah,
that sucks, dude. That's huge,
sucks.
especially if he's like barely freaking making it.
And he made weight.
And he made weight too.
He's 185er, dude. The guy's fucking huge. He's had to have cut a ridiculous amount of weight.
I wish there was some way Dana could do something for him. You know, like even if it's just a little bit, like at least front, which I'm sure Dana did.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
maybe
I have no idea.
Who knows?
Dana probably did do it, but front him out something.
Yeah,
because that sucks for that fighter.
Yeah,
because he did everything right. He did everything right all up until the literal day. Mm-hmm. And then the fighter pulls out. There's nothing he can do about it.
No, it's just,
financially, that's got to suck for him.
It's just so frustrating. And I understand 100% why he'd be that angry, but damn, he was angry.
Yeah.
He was losing his shit. But man, so the fight that we did get to see, that we did pick, Ricky Simone versus Ray Borg. Local boy showed up. Man, what a close fight it was too.
Yeah.
That first round I watched, I really didn't know who won that first round. It looked like Ricky was just, like throughout not just the first round, but the whole fight, he was just peppering him with shots. Mm-hmm. And then Ray Borg was countering with fucking huge, big shots. And
those body shots too by Ray Borg. There were a few times where he would just drop and just bam right into the liver. And you're just like, oh my, or kidney. And I was like, good Lord, that's gotta just be painful.
Yeah. And Ricky,
but Simone took him no problem.
Yeah. And the takedowns.
Yeah.
His takedowns were beautiful. Mm-hmm. His wrestling, his chain takedowns were very well executed. 7 or 8
takedowns by the end of that fight.
Yeah. And that's how you got to beat Ray Borg. Demetrius Johnson had 8 takedowns against him or something like that. So yeah, very impressed.
Crazy.
With
Was
the
it crazy? A split decision though.
Yeah.
I really thought Ricky Simone won 29-28. So I was very shocked to see the split. But, sometimes that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely, the third round was so crazy because at the end, their last 30 seconds, they were fucking banging.
Yeah, they were.
They were swinging for the fences. Ray Borg was going for that KO, maybe, because I think he knew he lost.
I have said this the last 2 or 3 podcasts now, but I love the fact that there's not an audience. I can hear the shit talking. I can hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, man, let's try to get that show money.
Yeah.
I could hear that. That is what I miss. That's what not miss, but that's what I enjoy rather about not having an audience there. Is you got to hear every punch. You got to hear every, and them breathing hard. And then it puts things in better perspective. You're like, oh my God, these guys are super athletes, because to be able to push yourself through all of that is just wild.
And
I like it.
Yeah, I like it as well. And another big positive is the corners. You can hear everything the corner is saying. So it's
everything.
The only times you really get that at a normal UFC event would be when the cameras showed up on the corners and they're like, let's go to this corner for a few seconds. And that was the only way you ever really heard what they were saying.
Or
unless it's Ray Longo or Matt Serra.
Yeah. Or an early prelim, before everyone shows up, before the arena gets too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the only ways.
Mm-hmm. It was really cool, really interesting to hear throughout the night. And shout out to Ricky Simone. Local boy showed up, had a chin,
he did.
Took some big shots, chained those takedowns, really implemented his ground game. But Ray Borg had some nice scrambles as well.
Yeah.
Those when he reverse position on him and do those real quick spins on the ground, I was like, wow, that is impressive. Because Simone's hanging on as hard as possible.
Oh, definitely.
It's like, how the fuck did you spin in his arms like that? Crazy. Shout out to Ricky. Next fight. Oh my God. Oh wait, points.
Points, yes.
Points. I took Ricky Simone by unanimous decision, but it was a split decision, so I still get 3 points.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way. UD or split, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I picked Ricky Simone, but first round knockout, so maybe a little too ambitious, but nonetheless, it was a great fight.
Yeah, still a point for you. Drew Dober versus Alexander Hernandez. Wow.
This was fun and went
Very
down
fun.
pretty much exactly how you predicted, Daber.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like just the pace Drew Dober was putting on in the second round. From the first round to the second round, I was like, oh my God, he is lighting them up. You want to talk about someone peppering someone?
Yeah.
Dober was peppering Hernandez.
Yeah, just overwhelming him.
Man.
Overwhelming him in that second. The first round, Drew Dober started real slow, and he said that was the game plan. Start slow, kind of read him, figure him out, and then just implement the technique and implement the shots and implement the power. Motherfucker says he goes to war with Justin Gaethje. I didn't know he was his main sparring partner.
Neither did I.
So,
but it was cool to see that, or cool to hear that, rather, and realize, oh, shit, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because just the way he put it on,
Yeah.
Alexander Hernandez, I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was insane because Alexander Hernandez is not the type of guy to go out like that unless you're someone legit. Like you have to be
like Donald Cerrone.
Exactly, like Donald Cerrone. You have to be an elite fighter to do that to a guy like freaking Alexander Hernandez.
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Well, what I will say is, like, I know he did lose that fight. Say what you will about his skills or whatever, that he might not be quote unquote elite, but dude, that guy is so tough.
He's
at
tough.
least like when he runs his mouth, at least he can take a beating. You know what I mean? Because he can. Because Drew Dober was hitting him with some huge shots, and he was sticking in that fight the whole time. I'm just like, man.
What was your opinion on that stoppage? I thought it was a mercy stoppage, and I was 100% okay.
I was
with
totally
it.
fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, at no point, I didn't think he was going to knock him out.
No.
But it's like, at some point, someone's got to stop that, because it's just him getting his ass kicked bad, and at no point is he going to turn that around.
Well, and he was getting hit with, again, hard shots.
Big
so it was
ones.
like, you got to call that. Again, you got to protect the fighter.
Yeah.
And I didn't think he was going to win, which is kind of the topic and theme of this card.
Yeah.
That we'll get into later, but.
Yeah, little teaser there for you. Yeah, so Drew Dober, I took him second round TKO. 3 points, overwhelmed him in the second. I felt like I was going out on a limb on that one because I really didn't know. And Hernandez is fucking tough, man. He's a hard guy to put away.
I had Drew Dober, unanimous decision, so I get a point for that one.
Yeah, okay. OSP, Big Ben Rothwell. Wow, OSP was thick.
That's
that boy
definitely
was
the
thick.
thickest we've seen him, for sure.
He was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, he was only 240, but only 240. Like, he was huge. I've never seen him that big. And John Jones was tweeting about it. He goes, man, watching this OSP fight has really got me getting excited.
I can go to
thinking I can
heavyweight.
go to heavyweight. Like, a jacked 235, 240
John Jones would
be
be awesome. Would be
Oh,
phenomenal.
fuck.
I would love to see it. Totally. I'm all in. I mean, but we've said that so many times on this podcast where it's just like, please give us a John Jones heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
Give us it already.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'd much rather see that over Juan Blachowicz. No disrespect to Juan, but for me, John Jones versus,
Yeah. Well, we're on topic,
Yeah,
so
we're
we
on
might as well
topic.
just bring it up real quick. John Jones called out Francis Ngannou.
on Twitter. Yes. And so, you're going to give me Jan Blachowicz or Francis Ngannou. Give me Ngannou 10 times out of 10, man.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a tremendous fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I cannot wait. Francis called him out as well. He responded.
He did respond, a few hours ago.
He said, I don't have it pulled up, essentially.
Oh, that's
but
fine.
All he said was, I want it as well. And it's a big money fight. Let's make it happen.
It sounds like both of them want to make it happen, and John Jones responded and said, well, let's get the contract signed. But again, fighters say that all the time, and I feel like fights don't get put together. But for me, like from Dana's point of view right now, is this not the better fight?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
It's
right?
better than
Just
any
for business.
DC Stipe 3, I think.
Yeah.
It's a bigger sale.
And the winner of that fight gets the next title shot for heavyweight.
And John Jones against, like, I'm no shade to Anthony Smith, but like that pay-per-view did 600,000 buys, and that's not very good.
Right.
But a John Jones Francis Ngannou, oh my God,
That'd be
that's
tremendous.
pushing 1 million, I
Yeah.
think. That's up there, dude. So apparently a little bit of, we're getting off topic, but who gives a shit? Fucking 249 did 700,000 buys, I guess.
Oh, that's not bad.
Is Tony a draw, or is this just coronavirus, just people are eager for something?
I think it's a combination of both.
I think so as well.
I think they undervalue Tony, and then also at the same time, the coronavirus, no one else was doing anything. There were no other sports. So it makes sense.
I think
both make sense.
I think Tony is absolutely a superstar in this sport. It's just, it took him getting his ass kicked for people to realize it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean, he's definitely not done. That's the thing with Tony. Like, okay, whoop-de-doo, he lost this fight.
Actually,
he won 12 fights in a row. You know?
Actually, I shouldn't phrase it that way because everyone knows this man was a superstar, and I really shouldn't have said that. But the casuals do not know who the fuck Tony Ferguson is.
Of course. Well, I mean, the casuals don't know really.
But now they do.
Yes,
for
sure.
And unfortunately, in front of the casuals, he got his ass kicked. And not even, because all the casuals must know him from the fucking 229. He was the co-main event on that McGregor card.
That is true.
So, Tony's a superstar. He's a draw. Make him a main event. It doesn't have to be a fight night shit. I think Tony could really main event.
Was 229 against Pettis?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And that was a great fight.
It was a hell of a fight.
It was such a good fight. All right, that was enough of that tangent. Back to OSP, Big Ben Rothwell. OSP, I was a little shocked. I thought he was going to have the speed advantage. I said in the last episode he was going to have the speed advantage, and he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He definitely did not. No. Maybe he was too thick.
Well, and I thought he was caught off guard, too.
He was absolutely.
Every single time Big Ben was throwing those haymakers, he was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, kept trying to back up instead of countering.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was surprised at the reach of Ben Rothwell. I don't think he's had to deal with that. I mean, to a level of John Jones, yes, but I mean consistently on that same basis as light heavyweight.
Yeah.
But that reach, I think, played a huge factor with Big Ben.
Absolutely, and the speed. Mm-hmm. Big Ben is fucking fast.
He's deceivingly fast.
He is fast. Yeah. And his clinch work was beautiful. When he had OSP up against the cage and he was landing those knees in the body.
And it felt like OSP couldn't get away from him sometimes, especially in the earlier rounds where he's just here the whole time and you're like, you're praying that OSP doesn't catch the biggest knee of all time right to the chin.
Yeah,
you know?
that was a great fight. It really was. It was back and forth. I'm a little shocked it was split. I did think Big Ben won it.
So did I. I was a little shocked about that too. I saw Big Ben, but again, I thought Ricky Simone won the other fight, and that was a split too.
Well, even Chael said that he thought that judging was horrible last night.
It wasn't the best.
He thought it was horrible because he thought that there was absolutely no way Ray Borg won that fight.
Yeah. Well, and I think the judges got away with it because the right fighters who won the fight still won the fight.
Yeah, so people aren't as outraged.
Nope.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that as long as the right fighter wins. I'm cool with it.
True.
I mean, not that I want to see bad judging, but you still got to give it to the winner because you don't go back on someone's record and go, "Oh well, GSP won split decision. He's not the greatest of all time." No, a win's a win.
Yeah, a win's a win.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
A win's a win.
And that win bonus is fucking cash in the bank account.
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah. So very, very impressed with Big Ben, but unfortunately, I took OSP by unanimous decision, so no points.
You did.
You took OSP.
I took OSP third round TKO.
Yeah.
So neither one of us were right on that.
Yeah. Main event of the evening. Anthony Smith, Glover Teixeira. I was absolutely shocked at the way this fight played out, honestly. I was shocked the way the first two rounds were going. I was especially shocked the way the last three went. I was shocked the way it ended. I was just shocked from start to finish. This fight did not go the way I thought it was going to go.
No, not the way I thought either. I mean, it's just shocking to me because we've seen Anthony Smith go deep into rounds, to championship rounds even.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, though, it was a completely different fight. And my question to you is, do you think the home burglar or the home invasion, like, do you think this all played into it? Like with John Jones talking shit to him on Twitter, do you think any of that was in the back of his mind going into this fight? Because it didn't seem like let's keep in mind, Anthony Smith just beat Gustafsson not too long ago.
Yeah,
that's a top contender in the light heavyweight division. And in Glover Teixeira, I mean, God, so impressed. I mean, we're going to be talking about Anthony Smith, but we really should be talking about Teixeira now because this is 4 in a row.
Let's talk about Teixeira first.
He looks
because he won.
Great. Yeah, and he won. But, man, I was completely shocked. I did not see this. I really thought, I did pick Anthony Smith unanimous decision, but I could have saw him putting Glover away early just because he's older, man. You catch him. But he got hit with some shots in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, his chin is very impressive. Very impressive because we've all seen him get knocked out before. I don't know how many knockouts. I don't know how many times he's been knocked out, but I know it's happened.
Yes.
So, and plus his age, his chin tends to deteriorate with age. You know, just fighters get older. It's easier to knock them out. You know, there's examples. But man, Anthony Smith was dropping bombs, fucking haymakers right on his chin, and he was just eating them like they were absolutely nothing. Still marching forward like a zombie.
Well, not only that, but Glover's ability to move and dodge. I could not believe it. Yeah. His head movement was tremendous. I mean, for his age, because that's a tiring thing to do. And he was just dodging. And I don't think any of those punches. Some of them did land flush, don't get me wrong, but not a lot of them.
Yeah, he was rolling with them.
He was
very
rolling
well.
really well with them.
Yeah. Very impressed with him because, man, let's just the first 2 rounds essentially was all Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
But besides the end of the last 2 minutes of the second round, Glover fucking turned it on.
Yeah,
because that's when
that eye thing happened, where they thought it was an eye poke, but it was a punch, and Anthony Smith wasn't complaining about it. I thought that was a little confusing in the commentary. At first, they kind of made it seem like he was like, "Whoa, hey, are they going to stop the fight?" And then it was like, "No, okay."
Oh, and then the dick punch.
The dick punch.
That was beautiful uppercut straight to the balls.
Yeah.
If only that was a legal shot, Glover. That would have been nice. But wow, that took him out for a minute. More than a minute. That took him out for a while.
That's gonna do damage to you. As
that was like as hard as he could punch too. Yes. Right to the cup. Fuck, that's gotta hurt so bad. Like it's gotta hurt worse than just getting hit in the balls. I would
probably
think.
Yeah.
Fuck, with a cup, maybe even a steel MMA cup. Sometimes they wear those, or it's a real carbon one. I don't know, but shit, man, that was so hard. Like, just that dick punch alone was hard to watch. Let alone the last 3 rounds. Like, jeez. But when it was wild because Paul Felder and DC were talking about this during the second round. How Anthony Smith was just putting on an unbelievable pace.
Yeah.
An unbelievable, like, he was just constantly throwing. And
and his coaches wouldn't shut up in the
corner. They were freaking out.
Every single time. It was like, jab, 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 cross, and it's just like, you're going to tire your fighter out, man.
Yeah.
And DC brought that up during the commentating where he was like, hey, like, if you're going to keep calling that out with your fighter, he's going to keep throwing punches.
Yeah. And he's gonna tire himself out, and that's exactly what happened. I feel like by the time the third round started, not only was he rocked because at the end of the second he was gassing, and then Glover saw that, and that's when he knew, okay, it's time to fucking attack, and he started landing bombs, getting on the inside real easy once Anthony's footwork was really slowed down. So at the start of the third, Glover just knew it was his fight because Anthony was just exhausted already. Like, dude, it's a 5 fucking round fight and you're exhausted starting the third.
Bit.
Like, this is bad. And the second the third round started, I was like, oh no, this is not going to be good. And boy, was I correct.
Yeah.
It was not good for Anthony Smith. He was getting fucked up for 2.5 rounds.
So what do you think? Where do both fighters go next? First off, where does Glover Teixeira go next after this?
Well, fuck, I'll tell you where Anthony Smith is going.
Yeah.
Fucking home to relax and fucking sleep for about 12 months. Take some time off. He needs to take some time off. Yeah.
After
honestly.
that, I mean, he had a broken orbital, broken nose.
Mm-hmm. He had I think the orbital bone broken the third.
Yeah.
In the whole fourth round, the fourth round. Let's talk about the fourth round. He get touched once and he fell. He just fell instantly in pain, balling up on the ground. And the whole time I'm just like, what the fuck? Stop this fight already. Yeah. Just stop this fight. It was insane.
So I'll bring up a question that has been posed to many people when we're talking about, like, who's more to blame. Who do you think's more to blame, the referee or the cornerman?
Oh man,
because you would ask me this earlier, and I don't mind. I don't mind answering either, but
I think
bring up this question.
I think it's mainly it's both. It's both. I believe they're both just as guilty as each other. I mean,
really?
Yeah. I was going to play this Chael clip, but I think we're going over it right now. I don't think we have to. I think they're both. I think the ref should have stopped it in the fourth. Glover's landing big shots. At no point was Anthony going to fucking get up. He wasn't getting up.
No.
Glover's laying on top of him, just landing big shots. But it was just, I think Glover's a little bit at fault too, because He wasn't hitting him consistently.
But think about all the things that is entailed for a referee to do. The referee's not sitting with them for 60 seconds after every single round. The cornermen know the fighter better than the referee will ever know the fighter. Period. End of discussion.
Yeah.
If knowing Anthony Smith, you know he's going to die on a shield.
Yeah.
His nickname is Lionheart. Obviously, it does not matter. I mean, that's like the most Rocky Balboa shit you could possibly have for a nickname.
Yeah.
But when he's telling you, hey, my teeth are falling out,
Yeah.
that might be a sign that, hey, our fighter's not in this. Maybe we should throw in the towel and call it a day.
Well, apparently Mark Montano responded to that and said that Anthony has veneers and they fall out all the time in practice. So that's probably a regular occurrence.
Okay.
That
there
could
you go.
just be
You
an
get that.
excuse.
Okay, that's fine. But could you not see based on your fighter, period? I mean,
Yeah, if it's
a,
obvious to us,
yes.
it needs to be obvious to the coaches.
Right.
And at no point in that fourth and fifth that I think Anthony had a chance to win.
No.
He wasn't going to land a power shot and knock Glover out. It was unnecessary. It was hard to watch. And yeah, I do think, like I said in the last episode, that boxing culture of fucking throwing in the towel needs to come to MMA.
It does.
It needs to, because this is not the only time this has happened. It's happened many, many times. There's been times dudes have even gotten fucked up for 3 rounds in a 3-round fight, and then the last 30 seconds of the 3-round fight, the dude gets KO'd viciously and is fucking twitching on the ground, like lost years off his life, and you're just staring at the corner going, what the fuck are you doing? Mm-hmm. You just essentially let your guy die.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You should be fucking put in jail for that shit. Like, you
Almost.
just can't. This is what the ref is for, though.
Yeah,
like,
but
this is what the ref is for, is to protect the fighter from himself. And the cornermen are just as cocky, just as fucking shithead. Like, I don't really know how to put it. They're just as macho as the fighters half the time.
Watch, going back to that fight, though, there were so many times Glover Teixeira could have ended the fight with more strikes, but he decided to keep going for a submission. And that's where it makes the referee's job a little bit harder.
It's so difficult. And Anthony Smith was moving.
Yes.
He was fighting back. He was trying to do something. And credit to, I'm forgetting his name. I'm forgetting the ref's name. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Herzog. Jason Herzog, that's who it was. He's a great guy, super nice fellow, and he's had mistakes before. He's had great stoppages before. And at the end of every round, he was coming up to Anthony, "Hey Anthony, are you doing okay?" Mm-hmm. And he's watching
Every
Anthony
round,
really close. So he was doing his job. So it's just tough. I mean, we saw a great stoppage earlier when the Drew Dober stoppage.
Yeah, we did.
With Herb Dean.
Yep.
I honestly feel like if Herb Dean had been in that fight, he would have stopped it in the fourth.
Yes.
So, and I don't mean that to talk shit on Jason Herzog. He's a great ref. Mm-hmm. You know, he's done great jobs in the past. It's just, this is one that he needs to look at.
Yeah, it's just really hard to call a fight as a referee. I think we should make it easier for cornermen to just call the fight.
Yes.
There should be no more stigmatism around throwing in the towel.
Yes. It doesn't make you a bitch.
No, it doesn't.
Live to fight another day.
Exactly. You're a professional athlete. Don't you want a long career?
Yes.
You have to have that. Sometimes it's just not your day.
Beatings like that shorten your career, and just like, let's be real, it shortens your fucking life, man.
Oh, absolutely.
That's years off your life. And that's just brain damage and trauma, CTE. It's unnecessary. It's just, and this is the sport of, like, this is this damage. Like, this is the sport of hurt. Yeah. This is the hurt business.
You should bring up what you told me earlier about Glover and Anthony. Oh, what was said.
So Glover and Anthony were speaking to each other in the fourth round. Glover goes, "I'm sorry, Anthony. It's just, this is business.
This is business." And he goes, "It is what it is, bud."
Yeah, it is what it is, bud.
You told me that off air right before we started the podcast, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, is that like a legit source had that? You pulled up the video, and you can clearly hear them saying that as Glover Teixeira is on top of Anthony Smith. And I'm like, oh my God.
So one thing I didn't tell you is apparently these guys are already friends.
Yeah.
And so supposedly Anthony Smith, this isn't his first stint in the UFC. He got cut by the UFC. He had a fight in Brazil, got knocked out, or got submitted, something, ripped his knee up and tore every ligament in his knee, and fucking only got 20 grand, only got paid his show money. And he's sitting in Brazil at the airport and has no idea where the fuck he's going. Right. He can't read Portuguese. There's no one speaking English. And Glover Teixeira sees him, walks up to him, translated for him, got him on the right plane, made sure he was in the right area, shook his hand, and helped the man out. Like, the man had just got cut by the UFC, had his knee ripped up and all that shit, and that's the kind of thing that people really remember.
Yeah.
You know, so these guys really did not want to have to hurt each other.
And it makes sense because I had no prior knowledge of that before this fight happened or during. I didn't find out until today that they were actually friends.
Yeah.
But it makes sense looking back at that fight why Teixeira kept trying to submit him
and he was
instead of trying to finish him.
Instead of just going for 10 consecutive shots, which, like, let's be real, if you would have just peppered him with 10 shots, it didn't have to be the hardest shots. Nate Diaz, just pepper him 10 times. Herzog's going to stop that fight. It's just so, it was just, everyone was put in a difficult position, I feel like. Everyone.
For sure.
Everyone involved. Not both fighters, the refs, the corners, everyone. Dana White was asked about this, and he goes, I think that should have been stopped. That definitely should have been stopped in the 4th. I was shocked that the corner even let them go back out in the 5th. Like, he didn't think Anthony was going out in the 5th. So
that's getting picked up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that squeakiness.
Sorry. Yeah, so it's just crazy, dude. It was not the way I wanted my night to end watching that shit. It couldn't have happened to a better guy.
I know, that's the thing that sucks. I think that's the thing that sucks the most is like Anthony Smith is such a good dude.
Yeah.
It's just, it's unfortunate it happened, but this is the world of MMA. This is the world of combat sports.
Yeah.
You know,
it really, it is. It is what it is, as Max Holloway always says.
Yep, it is what it is.
Well, moving on, my man. We got fights this Saturday as well.
That's rejoice. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have fights this Saturday starting at the main card starting at 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. I almost did 6 p.m. on ESPN. There we go.
There you go.
They start at 6 p.m. on ESPN.
I can't wait. ESPN fights. Fuck you, internet. It don't even matter anymore.
I know, that crap app. But I don't have ESPN, so I'm just gonna have to watch it on ESPN Plus.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
You don't have ESPN? It's on exclusively on ESPN. The main card's not going to be on ESPN Plus.
Oh, this says it's going to be on both.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope so. Like, that'd be fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah, because they both ESPN.
Yeah,
so
both
why not
ESPN.
just throw them on both?
That's the thing, is sometimes you can't. Like, fucking, I remember the Portland Trailblazers were playing on ESPN, and I couldn't watch it on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, see, that's dumb. That doesn't make
stupid.
any sense. Yeah.
It's stupid. If I'm paying $5 a month, essentially that just gives me ESPN, I feel like. It should.
It should.
It
Yeah,
should,
I
at
wish.
least, right? Wouldn't that be nice? I get it. They're trying to make their fucking money doing the old school subscription shit, so whatever. Either way, it's a pretty good main card. There weren't really prelims that we wanted to talk about. There was a Matt Brown fight. He's fighting an undefeated fighter. That's put an asterisk on that one. That's a prelims main event. So asterisk on that one. That'll probably be a greght fight. Matt Brown still got it. He's an old vet.
Oh, definitely.
But he has still got it. The man's still a fucking savage. No idea who he's fighting though. Some dude that's 9-0. But either way, first fight, main card, Song Yadong, Marlon Vera. So these are both bantamweights, and they're fighting this fight at featherweight.
That's interesting. I did not know
Very interesting.
that.
Yeah. So Marlon Vera, 15-15, 1 no contest. Song Yadong, 15-4. Did I say 15-15 for Marlon Vera?
No, 15-5. No, 15-5.
Okay.
You said 15-5-1.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. For some reason, I thought I said 15. I was like, man, I'm an idiot. 15-4-1 for Song Yadong. It's a pretty even matchup. Song Yadong is fucking really good.
I think he's underrated. I think
Very
Song
underrated.
Yadong is super good. Man.
Super good.
Yeah, I think
Chinese
he's a
fighter.
good talent.
Mm-hmm. Very good talent. I'd try to asterisk next to him because he's a possible future champion. If he's, I mean, who did he fight? Let's just look it up real quick. He fought. I think he lost to some legit guys.
He just lost.
No, it was a draw. He had a draw with Stamen.
Oh, Cody Stamen.
Yeah, so he was on a 4-fight win streak before that. And
he beat Alejandro Perez KO in the first round. Vince Morales decision. He's won his last 7 fights.
And that's every fight in the UFC. He hasn't lost in the UFC yet. So essentially he's still undefeated. He's undefeated in the UFC. Yeah, he has the draw. That doesn't count. It's not no. Not no. It's not W, but it's not no. So either way, this guy's really legit. Really, really legit. the only reason I'm not taking him is because he's fighting a fucking savage in Chito Vera. Jesus Christ.
You love
what
Chito
a
Vera.
savage, dude. That guy's I don't know how else to put it. He's a freak on the feet. He can knock you the fuck out.
And he can submit
the shit out of you for sure. He's very good on the ground. I was so looking forward to that Sugar Sean O'Malley fight.
I know.
That would have been such a great fight.
It was such a bummer that fight never happened.
Mm-hmm. And it's such a great matchup because Sugar's really, really good on the ground as well. And he's a great striker, as we saw on that pay-per-view. So I'm very, very interested in not only that matchup, but this fight, man. This is going to be a great fight. I'm just going to give you my pick right away. I'm going Chito Vera, unanimous decision.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm going Chito Vera, second round TKO.
Nice. Alrighty.
Yep. I think he finishes him.
I think Song Yadong wins. I think he wins decision.
Okay.
That's who I got.
Okay. Christoph Jotko versus Eric Anders. Eric, your boy Anders, national champ at Bama.
Yes, he is.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget it. And he's only fought savages.
He has.
Savages,
In all fairness, he has fought savage after savage.
And they're just throwing. Well, he was undefeated when he came into the UFC, lost his first fight, I believe. Mm-hmm. But, man, he's still an up-and-coming talent, and he's only got 4 losses. I mean, this guy has got the Francis Ngannou touch of death at 85.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. I mean, he's knocking out 205ers as well. So, when that Santos fight,
Jesus Christ. That was a fun fight. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my God. He was getting the shit kicked out of him, but he was so fucking tough.
Yep.
So tough, and it was a mercy stopping by the ref.
Well, when you play for arguably the greatest college football team of all time, you're going to be a tough kid.
Yeah.
Or tough man.
You got to be. I mean, just you're a tough son of a gun if you're only losing to, like, fucking Khalil Roundtree. Like, oh, my God, that fight. His leg was chewed up. That Santos, Khalil Roundtree, Lyoto Machida, Theodoro, he did have those 3 losses in a row, though. Yeah,
he did. And also, Jotko had 3 losses in a row. He lost to David Branch, Uriah Hall, and Brad Tavares before picking up wins over Alan Ahmed Dazovsky and Marc-Andre Barriute.
Yeah, I don't know who either of those guys are.
I don't know either guy either.
Yeah, but you knocked them out, right? Or finished them?
No, finished both of them. Decision, both of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
a lot of decisions. This is a pretty hard fight for me to pick, actually, because both these guys have one-punch knockout power. Both these guys like to stand and bang. Both these guys are cutting ridiculous amounts of weight to get to 185. I don't see this fight going down to the ground at all. At no point do I see it go down. These guys are just going to stand and bang. Someone's going to sleep, probably. I'm going Jotko, second round TKO.
All righty. I'm going to go Eric Anders, knockout, second round.
Sweet. Next fight. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I love this fight.
Dan
This is my favorite
Ige.
one.
Yeah, definitely. This is my main event, I think.
Yep.
Honestly. Dan Ige, Edson Barboza at 145.
Yep.
So Edson Barboza did an interview yesterday and said that he surgically removed his left arm to make weight. So he will be fighting one arm.
Okay, well, it could be a problem for him.
Dude, he's the biggest. He's going to be the biggest 145er ever.
Oh, for
He's as
sure.
tall as Max Holloway, but he's as jacked as fucking Paul Felder. Like, how is he going to make weight?
I don't know. I mean, you thought he was quick. I can't wait to see how quick he is at featherweight.
I think he looks a little. You remember how gaunt Jose Aldo looked before the 135 cut? Just real skinny and just tone. It looks exactly the same with Edson. He looks exactly the same.
I don't know. Maybe featherweight's his weight class, man. Maybe this is where he. You don't think so?
No, I mean, I think if he doesn't, I guess this will just kind of go into my prediction.
Yeah.
I think he's going to kill himself making weight, and he's just not going to be the same.
Really?
I do. I think fucking Dan Ige grinds him out for 3 rounds and uses that Khabib-style wrestling and that fucking ground game that he's a savage at.
No.
And I think he grinds Edson Barboza out for 3 rounds. I'm going Dan Ige, unanimous decision. Edson Barboza, we all know he's a fucking savage on the feet.
Absolutely.
Absolute savage. But what's his kryptonite?
Being taken down.
Being taken down.
Yeah. I would say. I mean, that's pretty apparent. We'll go back and watch any of his fights.
Kevin Lee, Khabib, fucking Tony Ferguson. So this man does not want to go down to the ground. I mean, obviously he's no slouch on the ground. I don't think he's a black belt, but he's definitely no slouch.
But that's just not where his game plan ever wants to be. Yeah, is on the ground.
He never succeeds on the ground. Like, let's just be real. So Dan Ige, This is the biggest test of his entire career.
Oh, absolutely, unquestionably. And we were talking about this off air too, where I was like, if Dan Ige wins this fight, he, to me, is a legit top 10 contender.
Top 5, I think.
Well, even top 5, maybe.
Yeah.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I think for sure at 145 one day. I mean, obviously he won't be 5 with a win over Edson Barboza.
No.
Barboza's going to be unranked, but shit, I believe like the rankings are bullshit. We all kind of know that. Like DC was on the light heavyweight rankings for 2 years.
I know. I'm like, just to beef it up a little bit. I'm like, come on. We all know he's not.
He's never coming back. He's never coming back.
Going to light heavyweight. Come on.
Yeah, it's just so the rankings are kind of bullshit, but still, fuck, man. If he beats Barboza, I'm gonna be like, this guy 2 fights away from a title shot.
Yeah,
and he'll get a big fight. He'll get a Korean Zombie. He'll get a Brian Ortega. Yep. He'll get a Max Holloway off of a rematch loss or something like that. Like he'll get a huge fight. And Danny says he wants to stay active even through this coronavirus.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like he has begun to become really active as of early, or I mean, as of the last probably year or so. Mm-hmm. So in that last fight against Mirsad Bektik, he won split decision.
Yeah, that was a great fight. Great.
So
fight.
I'm really excited to see this Edson Barboza fight. See how he does. You already gave your prediction for this, right?
Yep. I think he grinds him out 3 rounds.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to say Edson Barboza really tries not to get taken down. He keeps it on the feet. I'm going to go decision Edson Barboza.
Okay. I wouldn't be shocked if Dan Ige fucking maybe outstruck him on the feet either, dude.
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked about that.
He
but
was a savage on the feet last time. But you remember, the second round is not his friend.
No. And I think if he gets a couple of those kicks to the body, that's going to definitely get him a little bit more motivated to take Edson Barboza down immediately.
Absolutely. And I mean, in Dan Ige, he's only 5'7".
Yeah, that's short.
He's a shorter 145er.
Right.
But I mean, for 145, he's just going up against a fucking Barboza's almost 6 foot.
Yeah.
Like this is a big boy, and he's thick as fuck. I just can't wait to see his physique, honestly. I can't wait to see what he looks like when he makes weight because, dude, he's going to look like hell, I think. I think he's going to look worse than Conor McGregor did when he made 145.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Because Barboza was big. I thought he was going to move up to 170. Yeah. Paul was big at 170.
Right.
And Barboza is just as big as Paul, if not bigger.
Well, I mean, maybe he's on the same diet plan Jose Aldo was to make bantamweight. Because, dude, I got to tell you, Jose Aldo looked real good.
Yeah, in the fight.
Yeah,
he looked did not really look good on the scale, but
yeah, but he cut
that's
that
what we
weight.
say.
Ironically enough, like he cut, or not ironically, just amazingly enough, he made the weight and he performed tremendously.
Yeah,
so hopefully Edson Barboza can do the same. Because this, as we said, this is kind of my main event where I'm most looking forward to this fight.
Exactly. I'm going to be watching this fight from start to finish. Every second I'm going to be into it because I really do think Dan Ige is a future title contender. I really do think he's a future champion in the making as well. I mean, fuck, look who he surrounds himself with.
Yeah.
Ali.
You think a future champion though, huh?
Dude, trains with trains with Usman, trains with Khabib, trains with fucking all of those savages under Ali. He's Ali's right-hand man, works for Ali. He's also an agent.
Yeah,
so he's also these guys' agents.
Multi-versatile.
Yeah, so this guy's fucking making cash, probably. He's super smart.
Oh, yeah,
guy.
He definitely doesn't have to fight.
Yeah,
if he's an agent, there's no way he has to fight.
Yeah, he's just that fucking good. He's just that fucking good. And I actually think he wants to be a world champion. So I think he's got it. I'm looking at Dan Ige to be that guy. So we'll see. I'm so looking forward to this fight. That's, like we said, main event of the evening for me.
Definitely.
Can't wait.
Claudia Gadelha versus Angela Hill is the co-main event for this fight. Card.
I'm actually shocked by that. I thought there was another fight.
No,
it is a co-main.
It is a
It's
co-main.
a great fight, though.
It is.
Absolutely great fight.
And Angela Hill's been freaking active, man. Gosh, I feel like this chick is fighting every 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she just fucked up Luca Boomy. Where was that? That was on like 2 weeks. I was on like a few days notice or something.
Yeah,
a few days notice in New Zealand.
And then right after that fight, she went on Rogan's podcast, and that was a really good.
That was before the fight.
Oh, was it before?
That was like 2 days before the fight. She went on Rogan's podcast.
Like 2 days after. But,
no, dude.
Yeah, it was a great podcast.
Yeah, so she's on a 3-fight win streak, and her last loss was Yan Xiaonan, and holy shit, we all saw what she did to Kovacevic.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh my God, she's a savage.
Absolutely.
These Chinese fighters, man, they're just showing up. Zhang, Yan Xiaonan, freaking I don't know their names. I can't pronounce their names half the time, so I'm just not even going to try. But either way, Claudia Gadelha, she was supposed to have a fight. I don't remember who she was going to fight, but she had to drop out, had a bit of an injury. I believe an ankle injury.
Yes.
Did not take that long to heal, so she's making a quick turnaround. Can't wait for this fight. These girls have not fought each other yet.
No, they haven't. In Claudia Gadelha, she's gone through a bit of a win one, lose one, win one, lose one in her career over the last 3 years. So, to be able to win a secondary fight against Angela Hill and winning 2 in a row might do wonders for her confidence.
Oh, for sure.
But Angela Hill's coming off that win, and she looked good.
And she's looking very good. Definitely improved from a few years ago. Looks like a completely different fighter, in my opinion. She's looking very, very good. So I'm very interested in this matchup, dude. This will be a great fight, I feel like. But I do not see either girl finishing each other. I see Claudia Gadelha. I think her striking is just going to be a little bit superior. I think she's just going to find a way to hit Angela Hill without getting hit herself. I just think she's just not might out kickboxer a little bit. She's got great leg kicks, and both these girls are so fast.
Yeah, they are.
They're so fast. I will not be shocked if this ends up being a super high output fight. Someone's going to be stepping backwards and countering the entire time. I think it's going to be probably Angela Hill, and I just don't know if she could, fight off her back heel. It's a very hard thing to do. Unless you're Israel Adesanya or someone like that, it's a hard game to play. It's a hard game to play to be that counterpuncher. And that's why counterpunchers, when they're good, like Wonder Boy and Israel and all them, they're just fucking standouts. They're absolute standouts. So I'm going Claudia Gadelha. Unanimous decision.
All right. I'm going Angela Hill. I don't have the round for this. Damn it. Let's go third round. I want to see a sub from her, so I'll go Angela Hill, third round sub.
Okay.
So I got to fix that. There we go.
Main event of the evening.
Alistair Overeem. First question I have. Alistair Overeem versus Walt Harris. First question I have. How in the hell did Alistair's lip heal this fast?
Honestly.
Because I feel like that wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't. It was in December. It was right at the end of it, but still, it's like, dude, your fucking lip exploded, bro.
I mean, go against Rosenstruck.
Yeah.
Go back. If you haven't seen that fight, just Google the pictures of his lip. You will not believe it. It looks like something out of a movie. His lips split all the way up.
It was disgusting.
His face.
It was disgusting.
Crazy.
And his mouthpiece was sticking out of it. His teeth were sticking out of it. And he's smiling and, I didn't get knocked out. What the fuck? What'd you stop it for? Like, dude, your lip. That's why.
Yeah, it's no hunger there, man.
It's just fucking, it's like ripped in half. And I don't even think he has a scar.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so crazy.
It doesn't even look like it happened.
That's called a great surgeon right there.
Yeah, honestly.
He's able to sew that thing back up and not let it scar.
Honestly.
That dude must have just used some Gorilla Glue or something,
Something crazy, dude.
Something that sticks really well and just so no scar. That's wild.
So wild. Man, I was so excited for this fight when come to Portland.
So was I.
Not just, and we'll get into the breakdown of the fight, but not just for the fight and for the skills of the fighters, but for the backstory, for the emotion, for the drama. We all know the story, guys. Walt Harris, his stepdaughter, was murdered.
So randomly, too. Just
random.
So tragic.
So tragic. It totally tore the MMA community up.
Yeah.
Like, everyone, the whole MMA community really centered around this for several months. And it was right before he was supposed to fight. She just goes missing, and 33 days later, they find her body. They found the guy. I still don't know if he's been found guilty or if he's in jail. Or
yeah, I don't know.
I believe he's in jail.
Yeah.
He's
definitely.
He's in jail.
Yeah, he went to court for it.
And no bail.
No bail. No.
Yeah, so I just don't know if he's been found guilty or not.
Right.
It's just heart-wrenching, man. It's because, we just watched, before we started this episode, we just watched the Sports Center, a little segment they did on it, and, man, it just tugs at your heartstrings. It's just so tragic.
It's so sad, man. And to listen to both Walt Harris and his wife talk about their daughter and how much they loved her, like, in just the pain of just suddenly losing someone that you love, and then knowing, like, how it happened and stuff. It's so sad and tragic.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I can't even fathom the pain they went through. And, Walt, in this special, he's talked about how he just went through a dark depression.
Understandably.
Constantly drinking. And then one day he just has a dream where Anaya just embraced him and said, "I'm okay, Daddy." And that was the turning point for him to, start training and clean back up and get ready to move on with his life and, realize that he's just not fighting for himself. Now he's fighting for her. And it was so sad, and it was heartwarming at the same time, but heart-wrenching as well. It was just make a man choke up for sure.
Yeah. It was a really good piece too. I thought SportsCenter did a great job. It was 12 minutes, and it was just really, really well put together.
Yeah,
it was a good dedication to Walt Harris's daughter and Anaya, right?
Yeah. So back to the fight. Wow. I mean, Walt's got fucking he doesn't have the greatest record. He had a hard stretch there in the UFC where he was just losing fights. I don't know how many he lost in a row. I think it was 3 in a row, but now he's really on the up and up. Dude, this man, on his last fight, he knocked out Alexei Oleinik. And Alexei Oleinik just fucked up Fabricio Verdum for 3 rounds. Like, this guy is legit.
Yes, he is.
He is most definitely a top 10 contender. And this is his first main event. This is a possible 5-round. We all know Alistair has the cardio to go 5 rounds.
Totally.
Will Walt? That's the biggest question, I think. Or can Walt just find the way to fucking just land that punch, the KO punch? Alistair's been knocked out before. I don't want to say many times, but
recently he has been a few times.
It's been
Ngannou.
It's been more than what you want to see from a guy.
Absolutely.
It's been more than what you want to see. So it could happen. Walt can most definitely finish this fight at any point. He's got the power. Whether he has the cardio to do it in the later rounds, that's the biggest factor for me. I don't know. I just don't know. We've seen Walt go 3 rounds before.
Yeah, we have.
But we haven't seen him go 4 and 5. And it's just, people don't think, it's just 2 more rounds, just 10 more minutes. But dude, you're fucking gassed after 1 round.
And the last time we saw him go we saw him go 3 full rounds was back in 2016.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, been a while. Alistair just went 5 rounds with Rosenstruck in December.
He did.
And this Alistair is not the type of guy to really have an off season and get out of shape. This man's constantly training, constantly evolving his game. He has a new camp. He's had a few fights, and he was on a 3-fight win streak before that Rosenstrike loss. And it was with a completely new camp. He said, "You know what, dude? I've been with these guys for 10 years, 15 years, and I've learned as much as I can from them. I had to make a change, and it was no disrespect to them at all. And then it was like he had the utmost respect for everybody. But he said at some point, things just they don't work out the same, and sometimes you need to make a change.
And let's not kid ourselves. He was winning that Rosenstruck fight.
He was all 5 rounds.
Yes, he should. I mean, he didn't. He got knocked out. It is what it is. But I'm saying, quote unquote, he should have won that fight.
Yeah.
So he should still be on a 3-fight win streak right now going into this fight.
Yeah.
But that, again, that's the sport. You can win 5 rounds, but you get caught, especially in the heavyweight division.
Oh, yeah.
It's never pretty.
No, it ain't going to end well.
I mean, look what happened to Vulcan.
Oh, yeah.
Against
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis, the beast.
You win all 3 rounds, bro. In that last 10 seconds, you best be still on your game, bro. You best not be sleeping. Especially with Walt Harris. Jesus, this man has 1-punch knockout power.
Yes, he does.
So I'm very, very intrigued with this fight. It was a hard fight for me to pick because Alistair, you want to go, this guy gets knocked out all the time. Fucking easy. Walt Harris, 1st-round knockout. No. This man is no fucking joke.
Right.
Alistair is still one of the best in the entire world at the heavyweight. Yeah, he's been knocked out a few times. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We all saw the Francis knockout, and that's just all the first thing everyone thinks about when they say Alistair Overeem.
Yep.
It's that's now what he's known as.
Right.
The Francis Ngannou knockout,
but
honestly.
Again, it's kind of the same thing with Ben Askren. You bring him up, you got to talk about that Jorge Masvidal knockout.
Exactly. And no one wants that.
Part of the legacy, part of the career.
No one wants that.
No one wants to be on the receiving end of that.
No. But it happens. So you can't count Alistair out, man. He could most definitely win this fight. But I do not. I can't. I cannot pick against Walt Harris. I can't. He's doing it for his daughter. He's got all the motivation in the world. Everyone's going to be there. Well, no one's actually going to be there. The crowd will be empty.
Yeah, right.
I was so looking forward to this in Portland, man. The emotion of the
sucks.
crowd. Everyone would have been teary-eyed if he won. It would have been such a great story, and it would have been something that everyone in the arena could have been a part of. And now it's like, I guess we're still going to be a part of it this weekend through ESPN.
It's gotta be hard for a fighter to like knowing what happened to Walt Harris and then having to fight him.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you're not a bad person because you took the fight. Like you're both professional athletes.
Exactly.
You get paid for it. Like that, you have to take the fight and you got to try your best to win.
And Alistair
but
said
it is,
that.
yeah. But it's like it is kind of that would make it tough for me, to know everything this guy went through and then to have to punch him in the face.
Yeah,
and he's such a nice and likable guy.
Such a nice guy.
I know it's what they do, but that's why they do it, and not us. That's why we just talk about it.
Exactly.
It's different.
Yeah,
but
like
it would be hard.
It's hard to fight your friends. Go ask Glover Teixeira, man, because he probably could have finished that fight a lot sooner. And
he could have, yeah,
and he chose not to. So yeah, must be hard. But I got to take a winner. I'm going Walt Harris, 3rd round knockout. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to find a way. All it took was one for Rosenstrike, and he found that little gap. He found that hole. If Walt can do it, I do believe he has the knockout power, so I'm taking him.
I might go back on mine then.
You did second round.
So I had second round, yeah. But I think I've chosen different on every fight. Yeah, I have. So you know what? Let's just make it. Let's go. I'll go Alistair Overeem. Let's go decision. Okay. I'm going to change mine right now. Alistair Overeem decision.
Okay. And it can most definitely go all 5 rounds. Alistair's got the cardio.
I know Alistair does. That's the thing. So I'm thinking if he does win, it's got to be decision.
Mm-hmm. And he's been fighting like real technical. Like almost Counter-Striker-ish.
He does look good.
Fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's totally changed his style. He's not just going out there trying to get knock dudes out. He's fighting very technical. He's fighting off his back foot. He's being the Counter-Striker. And if you want to beat a Walt Harris, you got to let him fucking come at you, swing, let him gas out, just hit him with those perfect counter shots.
Exactly.
So we'll see. It can most definitely happen. Most definitely happen. Wow. What great fights.
I know.
I can't wait. There is a little bit of MMA news we got to talk about before this episode ends.
Okay.
Khabib's dad made news.
He did.
And
not for like a real positive reason either.
No.
I guess he has fallen pretty ill.
So apparently the story is now, it's changed a few times, but the story is now that he came ill with COVID and then had a heart attack because of it. That's the story. So apparently he came down with COVID, had a heart attack, and because the medical facilities in Dagestan were just so shit compared to like Moscow, like they just didn't treat him right, and he was dying. He fell into a coma, and they had no choice. They flew him to Moscow. Then the military took him apparently, and he was in a military hospital where they didn't allow anybody in there to see him, so they had no idea what the fuck was going on. Khabib and all them were just fucked. Can't even go into the hospital.
Oh, that's so irritating.
And apparently this has been happening for several days, and nobody knew. Like Khabib and his family and all them kept this under wraps for a while. Like Khabib was talking to Dana White, talking about how he's ready to fight in September and all this shit while his dad's in a coma in the hospital.
Yeah,
and nobody
crazy.
knew.
Well, that's Habib's a wild man.
He's a
crazy.
savage,
yeah.
and he's such a proud man. Like, so when Khabib finally told Dana, and the news broke, Khabib told Dana, and Dana said he could tell on the phone that it was like, Khabib's not the kind of guy to cry or. Show emotion.
Yeah.
Show emotion, especially. Like he's a hard person.
Yeah, he's a hard.
But
hard
he could
ass.
tell like this was killing Khabib.
Yeah.
He could tell, and he said this was like the first time I've ever heard Khabib talk this way and stuff.
Well,
like
and
that.
him and his dad are very close.
Irreciprocable.
Yeah,
they have a relationship that I would say a lot of people have with their father. They're just very, very close. Very, very close. A lot of love in that family, and that was one thing. Anytime they talk about they're Magomedovs. Yeah, they're hard, they're stern people, they're very strict, and sometimes, there's maybe some child beating and child abuse, maybe some bear wrestling and shit like that. But you know what? They always talk about how much love is centered around their family and how much they love each other and love. They just all talk about that all the time. So sad to hear. Super sad to hear. A lot of people were making statements. Dana made a statement. I'll do that. I'm not even trying. Khabib's dad is a true
Yeah, there you go.
Khabib's dad is a true martial artist who lives a life of pride, honor, and respect. He instilled those same values in his son, world champion Khabib, at an early age and was always in his corner throughout his career. I know how close Khabib is with his father, and I'm saddened to hear about his current state. My thoughts are with Khabib's dad and the Nurmagomedov family as he continues to fight. So sad, dude.
It is.
Too much sad shit's going on in the world right now. We're talking about Walt Harris and his daughter. We're talking about Khabib's dad possibly dying. But supposedly he's out of the coma. I think this broke like an hour or two ago.
That's good.
So I don't know if that was some bullshit on bjpen.com. They're never fucking reliable.
No, it's about as reliable as BJ Penn in the octagon right now. Okay.
Or in the streets of Hawaii.
Right. Or in the streets of Hawaii.
So funny. But yeah, I don't know. So hopefully that news is true. Hopefully he's out of his coma. Hopefully he's going to make a full recovery. But apparently he did have open heart surgery.
Okay.
So hopefully he recovers. So,
right.
Thoughts and prayers out to the Nurmagomedov family.
For sure.
Surprisingly, because... Like, let's be real. Conor has said some really disparaging, fucked up shit about the Nurmagomedovs.
Yeah, really bad stuff.
Your wife's a towel, and
right.
like you fuck a goat and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think actually Colby says that. But either way, like they've said some fucked up shit to him.
But
even Conor at this moment said very, very respectful stuff about Khabib's
dad. Conor dropped basically the same statement on Twitter. My prayers and thoughts are with the Nurmagomedov family and stuff like that. So. Good move on Conor's part. At least he can put away the prize fighting right now for something that's very serious.
Yeah,
with Khabib. So
yeah.
It's nice to see.
Yeah, and we all know that animosity was real. That hatred's real.
Well, and it's not gone away.
And it's not gone away.
It's not gone away.
But even at times like this, people find a way to put that stuff to the side, and just
which is nice.
Which is nice. I mean, think about it, like. John Jones and GC's I believe it was John Jones' mother died. DC said nothing but respectful things about how good of a woman she was and how she raised a fine son, and said all this good respectful stuff about John Jones and to John Jones about his mom. And then DC, like, we got to remember, DC lost his belt, and then within a couple days his dad died.
Yeah.
After the Stipe knockout.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very tough time for DC there, and even John Jones came out and said very respectful things about DC and his father and stuff like that, and words of encouragement. So, it's nice to see that kind of things.
Yeah, because you don't see it too often with Johnny Bones Jones, nor someone breaks into your home, could have potentially killed your family, and you go, oh, I would have killed the guy.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have left my house.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, why are you being so fucking salty, Anthony? It's not like, oh, there's a problem. Yeah, whatever.
Jeez.
Yeah. Fuck him still. Still fuck him.
But I love watching him fight. Please
Honestly.
continue to fight, John. Take that Francis Ngannou fight. Win or lose, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay big money for that fight.
Yeah, I'll buy that pay-per-view twice if I have to. Honestly.
I don't have to like you to watch your fights and to be super entertained by you.
Honestly,
that's kind of where you're at.
Yeah. Other news. One thing we should have mentioned in past episodes, but we failed to, just because there's so much shit going on. There's so much to talk about. GSP got inducted to the Hall of Fame, guys.
Oh my God!
What a shock!
Oh, what a shock! How would you?
I totally do not expect that.
No, this man. Let's talk about legacy of GSP.
Yeah,
he had not lost a fight since 2007, and since 2007 had won 13 fights in a row, including 12 title defenses at the welterweight division, and then to go and win, or I guess it would be 11 title defenses. And then to go up to middleweight to fight Michael Bisping and win the middleweight belt. Incredible career.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I do believe this man is the GOAT. I think he absolutely has to be the GOAT. John Jones has got the ashes of the picograms and the steroid accusations, hiding underneath the cage at Jackson Wink, pissing on the floor. USADA going back there trying to test the piss on the fucking floor. Crazy stories about this man, and that's not even the ones with the pregnant lady,
right?
Anthony Smith talking shit. I could go on and on and on and on about John Jones. I already forgot what I was talking about.
But it's nothing. But what you're saying is there's
GSP,
nothing. GSP is spotless. He is exactly who he is. He's a true martial artist.
Yes.
And that is why he is held in such high regard as the greatest of all time.
Yes.
So, and look at his resume. I mean, I'm just looking here and it blows my mind. Michael Bisping, Johnny Hendricks, and keep in mind this is Johnny Hendricks years back.
Yeah. You got pre-USADA.
Right. Nick Diaz, Carlos Condit, Jake Shields, Josh Koscheck, Dan Hardy, Diego Alves, BJ Penn,
crazy.
John Fitch, Matt Serra, Matt Hughes, all legends of the sport.
Yes.
Legends.
Legend killer. The only man to really, essentially, yeah, he has those 2 losses, but he avenged those losses.
He did.
And with ferocity, to the point where they don't need a third fight. You don't need a third fight. They didn't have to. Fuck, man. The guy who's the greatest of all time. I don't even feel like it's a debate, really.
No.
The man is the greatest of all time. Was he the most entertaining fighter ever? Fuck no.
Of course he wasn't. No, his last, I think, 6 fights in a row were all led to decision, barring the Michael Bisping fight. That was a submission. But I'm talking about his last 6 defenses at welterweight were all ended in decision.
Yeah.
So he wasn't the most entertaining fighter to watch, but he always got the job done.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Yeah.
Except that Johnny Hendricks fight was close. Okay.
I thought he lost.
Yeah, that's
I
real debatable. That's
it is
close
debatable.
fight.
I agree with that.
But when I'm watching that live, I haven't watched that fight in a little while, but watching it live, I remember thinking Johnny Hendricks won that fight. And that was years back. I might have been what? When was it Johnny Hendricks? 2013, so I was like 19. Yeah, so it was a while ago.
Yeah, wild.
And I still thought Johnny Hendricks won that fight. So
yeah, crazy. The man took, how many years was the man off? 4 years? Came back to win the middleweight. So crazy. So crazy. It's not a debate,
and to do it decisively, too. A submission.
Finish him.
Yeah.
Dominantly.
Incredible.
The guy's a GOAT. Easy as that. Other news. We have another GOAT trying to get another GOAT status. Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer is confirmed UFC 250. And with a win, Amanda can become the first fighter ever to defend belts in 2 divisions at the same time.
Crazy. And you know what? She will do it at UFC
I believe
250.
So. I believe
She'll
so.
do it 250.
Yeah.
No doubt.
She will fuck Felicia Spencer up just as bad as Cyborg did, I believe.
She is unbelievably good. Amanda Nunes is the greatest women's fighter of all time, period, end of discussion.
You're going to have to put her up there with GSP for maybe greatest fighter, period, of all time, because no one's done that. She'll be the only person on the list to have 2 belts at the same time and defend them both. Conor didn't even defend a fucking belt.
Yeah,
DC defended his heavyweight title, yes.
Yeah.
Didn't defend light heavyweight. So it's like, Cejudo defended both, but there's an asterisk there. He wasn't a double champ at the time. He was only a single, so it doesn't count. Sorry, Cejudo. He's salty. He's pissed off.
He's
like,
pissed
off
man.
over that. He's like, I'm the greatest combat athlete of all time.
To be fair, he did. Or no, I guess he didn't. Never mind. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, he defended both belts, but it was not at the same time.
She
will be the first fighter to ever do it.
Dude, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks for Cejudo because he just fought and defended his bantamweight belt.
Yeah, he's defended them both.
I would be a little salty, man, if I was Triple C, because that would have been a cool thing to do the first time. You know?
Yeah.
But it makes sense. I mean, he wasn't ever going to fight at flyweight again, so.
Yeah. So we're pretty much done with this episode, but a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think there is ever a chance Henry Cejudo actually retires? Because I'm starting to think, like, I've been thinking about it a lot. This is a negotiation tactic, my man.
Of course it is.
It's gotta be.
Did you see him like a day later tweet at some boxer? No, I don't want to say some boxer. It was someone. It was Alex Garcia, right?
Ryan Garcia?
Or Ryan Garcia.
Oh my God. Do not take that fight, Triple C.
No.
Do not take that fight. You will get fucked up, dude.
But he's already tweeting at people that he's going to fight again. I think he's going to fight.
Yeah?
I think he'll fight. Whether it be boxing, whether it be, I don't know, jiu-jitsu or wrestling. I don't know, maybe.
He's got to.
I think
so. So apparently
but he better do it before he gets stripped.
Yeah, well, he was trying to negotiate for more money for this 249 fight, but base pay $350. So he's not making more money than Max Holloway and all these guys.
No.
The man's a double champ, and he's not making more money than single champs. So
I know, it is kind of shitty.
It is kind of shitty. I feel for the guy. It's just because he's small. It's because he's a 135er. Yeah. Historically they probably don't make him.
And I love Triple C. Like I think again, you have to put him up there at least in the top 10 of greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, if not top 5.
Absolutely.
I mean, if not top 5, because you look at his resume and the people that he's beaten in both divisions, and you got hats off to him. He's also a gold medalist. Like. He's one of the greatest of all time, but at 31 years old, that's real young to retire. Yep. I think he's still got plenty of fight left in him. I want to see him fight more, and I think Dana, come on, my guy, just give him $500,000. Just give him $500,000.
Tony got $500,000.
Yeah,
I don't think he deserves that kind of money, but fucking 400.
You don't think Cejudo does?
Maybe. I don't think he's a draw. I mean, I think he's cringy. I think he's doing his thing to get his name out there, to get people talking about him as much as possible. I think he's pulling the Colby, but the stats show these fighters don't sell. Colby doesn't really sell. Like, yeah, it was a big fight with Usman, but that was because it was with Usman. It was such an interesting matchup, and it's a world title fight.
Right, but Colby on his
by
own
himself
isn't
a draw.
Yeah.
You know, if Colby was a champion right now, I don't know who he would fight that would be a big money fight. It would have to be okay. Yes, that would be.
I mean,
it.
you know, it would.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a bigger fight than Masvidal Usman.
Absolutely,
absolutely, it is.
Think about the shit talk between those two.
Oh my god,
the nonstop of Colby just pissing Jorge Masvidal off.
It'd be so awesome.
And Jorge just wanting to fight him the whole time. Man, this guy's a punk, man. And,
I want to see that press conference.
They're friends.
Yeah,
they're friends. But it would be a lot of fun.
It would be so much fun.
It would be so much fun. And I really do believe that, and I'm okay with it because I get the show of things, but I don't think they actually hate each other.
Yeah,
they hung out way too much to just hate each other all of a sudden.
Yeah, Colby keeps talking, says he wants to fight soon, but every time he fucking says that, it ends up to be in 6 months.
Right, of course, because he wants a ridiculous amount of money. You know. I mean, in terms of what Dana and the UFC can provide.
He thinks he's the biggest draw ever, but he's not.
Right, no.
Or at least his character thinks he's the biggest
his character,
draw. Yeah, so, yeah. Last thing I do think we just got to bring it up just quick.
Yeah.
Herb Dean said that Keith Peterson did not smell like alcohol in the octagon.
I figured no nonsense Keith Peterson. I think the nickname means no nonsense Keith Peterson.
Yeah.
Of course, he's not going to be drinking and smoking right before an event. That's ridiculous. And there was nothing to show that he was intoxicated or anything. I think that's rather dumb.
Yeah, well, Herb did an interview with the Schmo. And,
the Schmo.
The Schmo. Shout out Schmo.
That was the one where he was wearing the face mask and everything in the thumbnail, right?
I think so, yeah. Well, Herb Dean said, he's like, dude, if anybody suspected of anyone else of drinking the day of a fight, like, we would fucking rat on him instantly. Like, it is, we take our job so seriously. It's way too dangerous. There's no way anyone would let that fly.
No.
So it's just Dominic Cruz is just salty, man.
Well, yeah, he's
just
pissed about
salty.
It. Yeah.
It was a fine stoppage.
I was fine with it too.
It was a fine stoppage.
I think the only thing he was pissed off about is well, okay, let me ask you this way. Do you think because that fight was called 2 seconds before the bell went off?
True.
Literally 2 seconds before the bell went off. Do you think Dominic Cruz could have recovered on the stool for 60 seconds and went back out there and fought?
Absolutely. I think he could have recovered.
That's why I believe Dominic Cruz was pissed off about it.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Makes sense.
And I think 2 more seconds, I think Dominic Cruz could have took that for 2 more seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I do see Dominic Cruz's side. Mm-hmm. However, I was fine with the stoppage because the ref's not thinking, oh, there's 2 seconds left.
Yeah,
He's doing his job.
None of that is a factor at all.
Of course
And you know what? Fucking Herb Dean said he would have stopped the fight himself
exactly.
too.
And this is where fighters and referees will never see eye to eye.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And a discussion. And you know what? Keith Peterson did nothing wrong there stopping that fight.
Yes.
It was a perfectly good stoppage. And you know what? We got to be able to bring that up too with referees because we do get so upset. Not always, but sometimes we get very upset about stoppages that are either too early or too soon. But you know what? Or too late. But we have to do our due diligence and come out in favor of referees when they do their job correctly. And in that instance, I thought Keith Peterson did a fine job of stopping that fight.
Absolutely. I agree 100,000% with everything you just said. Another one in the books, Mason.
Yep. Another episode.
Yep. Make sure you guys go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything at The Church of MMA.
Yes.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, guys.
There you go.
We're really trying to build that. Like our videos, thumbs up, notification, all that bullshit. Hit it.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Mason Knight. That is Tabor Cragen. And until next time, everyone.
Peace.